Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
It's all about the latest from Church's Chicken for today's review, as they're finally taking the signature flavor from their awesome biscuits and adding it to what made them famous in the first place. So let's go in their all-new Honey Butter Biscuit Tenders, and already a very crispy situation as always here at Church's Chicken. 3 100% white meat tender strips breaded up to a nice crispy golden brown, and that coating is actually the same as the biscuit that you get along with it. Of course, you can see it there on the side, coated up with that honey butter goodness on top. Speaking of honey butter, we've got a side of it for dipping. So this is definitely going to be honey butter overload, and I gotta say the smell is absolutely glorious in my car right now. $5 promo does come with 2 sides. I did get a side of mashed potatoes and gravy, as well as macaroni and cheese, but I'm absolutely going to be focusing on the stars of the show, which are these guys right here, and it definitely looks great. So let's see if the flavor matches the greatness of these awesome looks here. This is the all-new Honey Butter Biscuit Tenders from Church's Chicken. Let's peep out this flavor. Some pretty thick white meat, nicely fried up with hints of honey butter in the air. Let's dive in. Yeah, these smell great. It's the Honey Butter Biscuit Tenders here at Church's. Absolutely juicy after that first bite, and I have to admit, with this being white meat, you'd think it'd be a little bit drier than regular dark meat, but they did actually infuse the juices pretty nicely in this, guys. I have to admit, when I bit down into that, you instantly felt how moist the chicken was, and then after that, a little bit of the saltiness from the coating comes in. It really does taste like it has a little bit of a thicker batter this time out, and that's obviously because it's similar to the biscuits that they use, but no real honey butter flavor that I'm getting from this one. I think it's really more going to be from the sauce, but guys, nice thick white meat. Let's go for another bite, and then we're going for a dip. But before we get into that dipping action, let me show you the quality of the white meat up close here. As you can see, nice and thick and absolutely juicy. It's breaded up very nicely, guys, fried to a crispy golden brown with just the right amount of saltiness in tow. I have to say, guys, that really is a highlight on top of the overall juiciness of this. Very nicely done so far. Hey, I know it's just a chicken tender, but it's a very tasty chicken tender at that. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite snacks, if not meals, with a side of ranch, maybe honey mustard. So those are actually going to be taking a back seat for this review, because we're definitely going to get into the honey butter sauce. Let's see what that does. Well, it looks like honey, but there are already strong hints of butter in the air, and the thickness is pretty decent on it too, guys. Take a look at that. Very nice. Let's go in. You know, the aroma is kind of reminding me of the butter they use on movie theater popcorn, and you know how awesome that can be. Let's do it. Oh yeah. That is straight movie theater popcorn butter with some nice sweetness on the back end. Wow. Super rich too. Nice with the coating. That is really, really good. All right, so it's pretty clear to me now they're trying to emulate the flavor of the honey butter biscuit through the sauce itself. It's not so much in the coating of the chicken itself as it is in what you're dipping it into, and this is actually where it comes from. All the goodness you're seeing here is essentially what's around the chicken when you have that glaze in effect. I have to say the honey does make the difference. The sweetness is there, and I'm gonna get into a bite of this right now just to compare it for you. And hey, I know the term world famous does get thrown around pretty often when it comes to describing how popular some foods are, but I gotta say it really fits when it comes to the honey butter biscuits here at Church's, guys. These really are world famous. Let me hit it real fast. Absolutely. I don't use that term lightly because this truly is world famous. Let me give you a fast close-up. Like I always say in the reviews in my Church's Chicken playlist popping up on your screen right now, this is always a treat to check out. These honey butter biscuits are always the bomb. Light, crispy crunchiness on the outside, a nice denseness yet airiness at the same time on the inside, and overall just lots of amazing flavor. It's really one of the signatures on the menu, and for good reason. And I have to say, I'm really glad the chicken this time out is breaded up with all that good stuff. It kind of makes me wonder why they waited so long to do that, but either way, I'm glad that it's here. And I have to say the honey butter sauce goes extremely well. Really pretty much an extension of what that biscuit is, just with some white meat protein. And man, this is super thick. And like I said, very reminiscent in flavor to the butter they use on movie theater popcorn with a little hint of sweetness from that honey. Awesome. One more shot of that honey butter goodness on top of that white meat. Absolutely a very decadent sauce this time out from Church's Chicken, guys. And I have to admit, the butter is really, really strong on it. And I'm a fan of butter, so this is easily up there with one of my favorites already. Gotta love the fact that it's got honey, too. Yeah, it's pretty rich tasting stuff. So overall, I'm gonna have to give the Honey Butter Biscuit Tenders here at Church's Chicken a rock solid 9 out of 10. You can't deny what you're getting for $5 is not a great deal here, guys, because it absolutely is. The only thing I wish, however, is that the actual honey butter itself was a little bit more pronounced in the coating, and not so much in the sauce that it came with. But don't get me wrong, I'm glad I had some of that on the side to dip into. I just think overall it could have been just a little bit more in the coating itself to really make it stand out on its own.
For the love of chicken, Church's.
But hey, it's still delicious nonetheless. So what do you guys think? Drop some comments down below. Are you guys generally fans of having honey with fried chicken like this? And if you are, how does honey butter sound to you? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Hands down, one of my favorite versions of Church's chicken yet, and I'm so glad their awesome honey butter biscuits had something to do with that. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.